The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.
Welcome.
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 I'm Clint.
I'm Guy.
Who am I? I'm Sharyn.
You're Sharyn. Before we start today, can I do a shout-out?
Of course.
Joel Stevens on Twitter. Hey, man. This is the shout-out I promised you days ago and kept forgetting to do. So, at JoelSteve1, this is your shout-out, bro.
Yes. What up, Joel? Guy's got a fact he wants to do.
Oh, my interesting fact. It's quite long. We should tease it now, and so people listen to the whole podcast and then hear my interesting fact.
Okay,
at the
yeah,
end.
Is it that good? Is it worth sitting through the
No,
podcast
definitely
for?
not, but that's part of the charm of it, really, isn't it?
Also,
right.
the secret, Sharyn, is when you just get a podcast, you
Right.
can fast forward.
That is a great point.
But don't fast forward, because everything in here is good. Promise. Here's the podcast.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Clint is an absolute psycho.
Hey!
And I've known this for a while because I used to play indoor netball with Clint, and I no longer play indoor netball with Clint because he's such a psycho.
Nothing brings out the anger in people like indoor netball.
Does it what? And Clint
Are we
has
talking
been...
about
Clint has been aggressive. Well, I just said Clint's a psycho, so we are talking about you.
No, not me. Like my indoor netball success. Because if we are, I've got music to go with that. Hang on a second. So
All day, Clint has been going on and on and on about how he's in a big final tonight for indoor netball.
it's not tonight. It was if you actually listened to me correctly,
Sorry,
Sharyn.
I got sick of hearing about it.
Last night was the semi-final,
Right.
in which we crushed the other team.
What were they called?
They were called Navman.
Obviously,
Yeah.
obviously, the Nav couldn't navigate them to a win. Oh, burn, shame curtains, pull them in.
So next week, my team's in the final. We're
Congratulations.
Going, no, thank you.
What's your team called?
It's not important. It's not a good name.
What's the name?
Club Bittersea?
What does that
Great
even
name,
mean?
bro.
I've got no idea what it means. I joined the team like they set the name. I've played in the team for 6 years and I've got no idea what the name means.
But the thing is, it's supposed to be a social game. It's supposed to be fun. But Clint takes it so seriously. And when I used to play with him, he used to yell at everybody that made a mistake.
Yeah.
He'd be like, if you drop the ball, if someone couldn't catch, you're like, well, it's social sport. We had to have fun. And the line that Clint yelled down the court was, it's not fun if we lose, guys. He was just real psycho
It's not fun to
serious
lose.
about social sport.
I kind of know. So like, I've played social touch as well. And when you get on that field, those accountants who have just got off their day a little bit earlier to play social touch are very competitive. They're very angry and they're going hard at it.
Yeah.
Sharyn, I've heard you're quite an angry social person yourself.
Whoa, this isn't about me.
You got kicked off the Edge social netball team, I heard.
This really has turned around on me. I was trying to talk about Clint being a psycho.
Yeah, you're just as much of a psycho as me. You and me played D together, and
Yeah, we did.
Sharyn forced me to take the girl so she could D the big guy. So she was jumping all over this dude. So don't pretend like you're high and mighty.
I jumped all over him
You
until I got asked to leave the court.
You've just never made a final before.
Amazing. And you can't leave the indoor netball court with dignity either, because you've got to go through that bit where you pull the elastic to the side and go through the net.
No, I
you
did.
Get caught, you get tangled up in there.
Not me. I took my bib off, and like Beyonce did at the VMAs when she dropped her mic, she was finished. I took my bib off and I dropped it on the ground. I was like, take that, guys. Walked off with my hands up in the air like I just don't care.
Is this real?
And
Did
then
you used to do this?
Yeah.
Then I fell through the net.
Every team would have one of these. You call it a psycho. I call it the driving force. And every good team would have one. If you don't have one, your team's a loser, and you won't have made. This won't be your third final in as many seasons like my team.
Probs in the D grade.
Fourth final in as many seasons, actually. We went 2 full seasons undefeated, I'll have you know.
All right, mate. Stop bragging about it.
Who goes undefeated in social netball? You're not the All Blacks, mate.
We did.
What a bunch of losers. Go up a grade. Play the Silver Ferns if you're that good. You guys are bullies.
If you want to tell us about the psycho in your social sports team, we would love to hear about it.
Slightly aggro conversations at the moment about who is the most aggro on the social netball court. I think it's so funny how people take these social sports so seriously. Like when they get out there on the social netball feed, in between the two padded chain wall fences, people are out in it to win it. It's like the Rugby World Cup final.
It's because, like, I play indoor netball. I've played it for a long time.
Yeah.
And I play rugby as well.
Like you're proud of yourself.
But I'm definitely better at indoor netball than I am at rugby.
That's because no one's good at indoor netball because it's a joke sport where you throw the ball, there's no out of bounds because you can't handle that. It's ridiculous. I heard Clint was telling a story off air about a guy in his team who had a fight.
Oh, yeah, there's a guy in our team who had to leave the team because he was prone to getting in fights, like actual punch-ups at indoor netball.
At indoor netball, the most effeminate game.
He got in a fight with another guy who was quite muscly and tough looking, and he had a big throwdown with him, and he like shoved him. He was like, "Bring it, mate!" And the guy shoved him back and goes, "Nah, you bring it. I've effed bigger men than you."
Whoa. Shivers.
Such a good call.
And we've got a lot of other people that have called up right now that are really actually going to admit that they're the psychos. Gail, you're the... Oh, okay, Gail.
She got sick of waiting and she hung up.
Sick of waiting.
She's not waiting around. Gail's got no time for this.
Someone was beating her at something where she was. Jennifer, you're the psycho in your team. What do you do?
I roll my eyes at people when they drop the ball, even myself. And I just make sure that people get taken out when they need to be.
How good's your team? Have you made a final before? Have you ever won your competition?
Most of the time, yeah.
Yeah, you're top of your league. You're the team to beat.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right then.
We're in A grade.
Yeah, so long as your drive is spurring the team on to better things, then I'm all for it.
What do you get when you win? Do you get like a little golden trophy?
No, you usually get a bar tab.
No, you can choose between a trophy or a bar tab.
Yeah, but people usually just choose the bar tab, let's be honest.
Well, not if you're taking it real seriously. You want that golden little man on it.
I always
because people at the indoor netball arena know that you've won, and they'll know because you'll walk in with a swagger next season.
I always want the trophy to go in my trophy cabinet, just to fill up my
You don't even have a
Indoor
trophy
netball
cabinet.
I do. It's got one trophy in it. It's for our most improved rugby player 2010.
All the real special people in the team get most
I know,
improved.
I know,
Good on you,
yeah.
mate. Lovey, tell us about your psycho social sport experience.
Wow. I'm like a umpire player.
Oh, yeah, there's always one.
And when the umpires, when they do their calls, I go nutty. And my mates are like, "Oh, calm down, it's all right."
Lovey,
And by the time half time comes in, we've swapped positions and it still doesn't make anything.
Lovey, are you one of those? Are you like me, where you've actually set the badge to be able to umpire? So if someone pulls something up wrong, you're like, "Oh, I could umpire better than you."
Oh, yeah, I know. I said that to her. I said, "Where'd you get your umpire license from? The Weet-Bix packet?"
Yeah, I bet you do. And she's probably sitting there going, "What's your name? Lovey? Doesn't sound very loving."
No.
Is that what it's called? Sitting the badge?
Yeah, no, well, because back in the day, you used to have to get your umpire thing. I don't know if they still do it for indoor netball or whatever, but you had to get a badge for it.
Don't know what to do. You're barely even past the badge.
I've got the badge, and I got the silver whistle, bitch. No, I only said that once. That's why I'm not allowed to play anymore.
Anyway, the final, by the way, guys.
Oh, you had a final, mate. You should have mentioned it.
Yeah,
The
on
grand
Monday.
final, the honour of winning a social netball. What grade are you in? C grade.
Top mixed grade.
In St. Luke's.
Dominion Road in Auckland.
The Dominion Road League.
Yeah.
What a privilege that will be.
We're in the best grade you can possibly be in on a Monday night in a mixed team. You shut up, mate. You're not in the
They
team.
like to call it the top of the DL.
You guys are awesome.
I'll keep you up to date. Don't worry about it.
Can't wait to hear about it.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Every Tuesday at this time, it's time for technologuy.
Yeah.
Technologuy this week takes a very weird turn.
So technologuy normally is you advising us on how better work technology.
Yeah, it's helping with technology. It's very similar to Tech in a Sec. Some would say almost exactly the same as Tech in a Sec on TV1.
Not today.
But it's better. Well, a lot of people don't realise this, but that guy on Tech in a Sec, he has a name, Matt Gibb, and he lives inside a weird little house that doesn't have any walls on it and has bad Wi-Fi connection most of the time that it needs to fix. And he's constantly doling out good advice. And technologuy is very much the same. He's a man stuck in a studio, and sometimes a man in a studio who's part machine, because the computer's glued to his fingers, needs a bit of love as well. And that really came out in this week's technologuy.
This is the weirdest one yet, but
It's definitely, listen to it carefully.
This is technologuy. Have a listen.
Hello, and welcome to technologuy, the segment where I, a helpful corporate voice, help you with your computer conundrums. Just like I do every day, I'm stuck in this voice booth giving you helpful tips. For example, do not wash your keyboard in the sink. Don't build a computer with artificial intelligence that grows to become stronger and smarter than you. Don't kiss your sis. I'm making the world a better place, but sometimes I get lonely. Sometimes I think that the only computer that I can't fix is my love computer, my heart. That's why, on today's Techosode, as I'm contractually obliged to say, I would like to put out a public advertisement for listeners who would like to go out on a date with me. I realise a lot of the females listening are already in a relationship, and that's okay. I'm fine with that. I'm very sneaky. I've got special cell phones that I can use. I know heaps of secret tech tips. I've been on the computer a lot recently. I've been on more often than usual. I've been using online dating websites for research and also for online dating, and it's hard. You know, it's not easy. Everyone on the internet is looking for the same thing. Everyone wants long walks on the beach. And I mean, that's great, but how long are these walks going to be, you know? I don't want to be stuck on some long beach hike with some lady who's having a cry because she didn't anticipate the difficulties of covering long distances on sand. My second question about these long beach tramps, that was not supposed to be a double meaning, is how long's the beach? I don't want to be doing lengths because you've booked a long walk on a short beach. I don't even like beaches. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't even like beaches. I get sand in my hard drive, and sunscreen makes my screens go all sticky. I hate beaches. I like laptops and computers and tablets and iPhones and World of Warcraft, and that's what I love. And if there's not a girl out there for me in the world, then I don't know what I'll do. That's all for Technologuy this week. If I don't do it next week, it's because I've died. With my broken heart.
That is your best one yet. Although I do feel real bad for Technologuy.
I feel sad for Technologuy.
He's a lonely man and he lives in a harsh world.
Got his heart broken in Christchurch.
It's like he's been through a breakup.
He has, in many ways.
I feel like we need to help out Technologuy with how to mend his broken heart. So if you know how to mend a broken heart, 0800 The Edge or text us at 3343. I'm going to get the ball rolling. How do you mend a broken heart? With Alanis Morissette's Jag a Little Pill.
I can just see you. I can just see you listening to that.
Sing along, Technologuy.
I can't do it. I can't
cut
do
it
it.
out. Well, help us out. 0800 The Edge or text us at 3343.
Ice cream. KFC.
A slut.
Track pants. We just heard from Technologuy, and he's a bit heartbroken at the moment.
He is really sad.
Rough times, just helping people with their tech support and never getting any help in return.
For your heart.
My
people
heart.
are helping you today because we're going to help mend Technologuy's heart. We want your breakup cures.
So people have been calling in and texting in with them. Someone texted in and said vodka.
A lot of people say vodka.
That's the whole solution. Vodka.
I don't drink, but maybe I'll start drinking. That's very bad advice.
You don't need to start drinking for that, babes. You don't need to.
A lot of people are saying take a concrete pill. Is that a thing?
So you can harden up.
Oh, that's bloody good, actually.
That is a good one. We got Abby on the phone. Abby, what's your tried and true breakup solution?
Hi, I think pods, the Snickers.
Oh my God.
Oh, they are so delicious.
The number of people who suggest to this show as well, whenever we have an issue, that the solution is Snickers pods.
The world's problems. We'll fix the Ukraine.
Really? It's a solution to everything?
Yeah.
How many would you go through one Snickers box in a sitting, like a pods box in one sitting?
Oh, no, I buy like 10 of them at a time and just eat them all at once.
Good on you. So do I. They are so delicious.
Thanks, Abby.
Steph, what's your breakup solution?
Maybe he can go gay?
It wouldn't be surprising.
Technologuy hasn't specified whether he is
He could be gay.
straight, gay or bisexual.
It could be guys that are breaking his heart. You never know.
Is Technologuy transgender?
Maybe. Well, thanks for your suggestion, Steph. Any other texts come through?
Someone said mosh pits.
A lot of food-based ones. Cookie dough, ice cream, M&M's, Black Forest chocolate, Skittles.
Yeah. Oh, there was one someone recommended that you get some fat pants and a baggy t-shirt and watch movies all day with ice cream and chocolate. That's from Imogen. And I suggest maybe Bridget Jones's Diary 1 and 2.
1 and 2. All right, we will check in with Technologuy again next week. Hopefully he's feeling a little bit better.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the Edge.
On the weekend, we were in our second home of Christchurch. We call it that now because we made lots of friends and we love it there. And in particular...
And because we're there every weekend at the moment.
Yeah. And in particular, we hung out with one of Clint's friends, Adam. And Clint and Adam have been friends since they were 11 years old. And they were so cute when they hung out because they were sitting at the bar and literally for about half an hour, every time they stood next to each other, they'd have their arms around each other. And it wasn't in like a we like dudes way. It was in a I love you man kind of way.
Yeah, and my best friend. I never get to see him anymore.
And it was real cute. And then we asked them how they met, and they told the story. And I have to get Clint to tell it because Adam told the story on Saturday, and I want to see if he tells it just as adorable as he did. So I've got some music to go with it as well. And then you tell the story, okay, Clint? Are you ready? Here we go. Yeah, that's the one. Yep. Perfect. Now,
I don't want to tell it over this music.
just do it. Tell the story about how you and Adam became best friends forever.
I don't think we're that cute.
They're pretty adorable. Hey, guy, you saw them.
They're pretty cute. And they look kind of similar.
They do. Except Adam's like the hot version of you.
Thanks for that.
No worries, babes. Now tell us a story about you
Well, okay.
and Adam and how it all came to be that you're best friends forever.
When I was 11 years old and I was in Rotorua, I had a paper run. That's how I made my money. And one day I was out doing my paper run and I was riding past the backpackers, and the lady who drives the tour bus there pulled out of the driveway too fast and ran me over on my bike.
Oh.
And it was my favourite bike. And it was my only bike. And the bike was ruined. And she didn't help me, the lady who ran me over, because she was late to get to Waitomo Caves. So she said, "Are you okay?" And I said, yep, I think I'm all right. And I got up and she's like, "Cool, gotta go." So she left and I just had this bike and the wheel was literally bent in half. I couldn't even wheel it. So I figured it was... I was 11, mate. I was 11. I figured it was too far to wheel my bike home.
Did you cry?
Nah.
Yes.
You sure? You might have cried a little bit.
I don't remember. I don't actually remember.
When she asked you were right, you were like, yes, I'm all right.
But I couldn't get home because I couldn't drag my bike that far. But I knew that this guy from my school that I hadn't talked to yet, but I knew that he lived next to the park. So I went over to his house to say, "Can I please use the phone to call my mum?" And that happened to be Adam's house. And then ever since then, we've been best friends.
No, wait. You got to finish the fairy tale properly. And you guys lived happily ever after. Go.
And then we lived happily ever after.
Oh.
It is like the coolest best friend story. And they were 11. How old are you guys now?
27.
They've been friends that long. It's so cute.
That's a beautiful, beautiful story.
It's so, I just
And as Sharyn specified earlier, not in a gay way. They're just friends. Need to put that in there. They're definitely not gay. The good type of friends, Sharyn?
what?
Don't worry.
No,
Continue.
but I just think it's a really awesome story
It
about
is.
how they became best friends. And there must be more stories out there that have just as epic a best friend first meeting stories.
If you're listening right now, Adam, still appreciate you letting me use the Unity and wireless phone back in 1999.
I think you had to change channels a few times to get the right clear line.
It was the beginning of a beautiful friendship, guys.
We want to hear about the first time you met your best friend. If your story is just as romantic as Clint's, call us.
It's not romance. We're just two cool dudes who are cool together.
Casey, how did you meet your best friend?
I moved to Chicago when I was 18 to do nannying for a couple years.
Yeah,
and I got a pen pal in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're still riding 12 years later, and I'm going there in October to Vegas to meet her for the first time.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
So cool. So you know for sure that it's not some creepy old dude at the other end, eh?
No, and we only actually became Facebook friends in August last year. So.
And so, can you tell me, are you, after 12 years, are you still writing real letters, or have you resorted to emails?
No, we still write real letters.
Good, because I hate when it goes to emails. It loses all of its romance.
That is
It's
awesome.
exciting to get a letter in the mail.
Yeah.
Well, we hope you have an awesome time in Vegas and good luck meeting your best friend.
Thank you.
And Liam, how did you meet your best friend?
I met him when he kicked a football over the fence at kindergarten and broke my nose.
Oh. Did he come and hold your hand at the hospital?
No, he did not, and I still resent him for that.
It sounds like you do, Liam. Maybe you should kick a ball at his face.
I think that could be possibly a good idea.
How's your nose these days?
Oh, it's all right, a bit of broken bone here and there, but she's right.
It's a weird thing. I've got two really, really good friends as well, and I've broken both of their noses as well.
That doesn't surprise me, though, because you get real rough when, you don't realise how rough you are. You're like that giant of monsters and men.
Too far.
Thanks for your call, Liam. Kylie, how did you meet your best friend?
I met her at primary school. She moved down from Auckland, and we're 29 years friendship this year, and next year we're going to throw our 30th for our friendship.
Oh, like your 30th anniversary?
Yeah.
That is so cool. What, is there going to be a theme? You're going to dress up in your old school uniforms or anything like that?
I don't know. I haven't thought about it. It sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's do something crazy.
Get amongst
30
it,
years is
girl.
a long time.
Are you going to take the opportunity to propose?
That's good. We can be Facebook marriage.
Yeah, you should.
there
You
go.
should. That's what all the best friends are doing these days, Kylie. And Alex, tell us about when you met your best friend.
Well, I met my best friend back at high school. So when we first met, we hated each other. We just didn't click and we didn't get along. And then we did biology class and we bonded over the hate for our teacher.
Do you know that it must be a girl thing, Alex, because so many girls, when they first met their best friend, hated each other at first?
Well, it's funny because when I first came, she didn't like me because I was that girl that cried because I was scared starting a new school. So she was like, ew, I don't want to know her.
Oh, not the crier.
Yeah, so, and then we, did biology together, and, we're now best friends, and I love her, and her name's Josie Mario. So if she's listening, which I hope she is.
Are you doing a shout-out?
I like the way you
Love
segue.
you, girl.
Oh, good on you, Alex. Oh, thanks so much for your call. That makes me miss all my friends. All 4 of them. And that's my mum, dad, and 2 sisters.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. Edge.
Is that I've got to beat TK to be the sexiest man in the world, TK from Shorten Street, and I'm going to do it, guys, if I just get your vote. Right now, what are you doing? Sharyn, put those cookies down.
Do you want a biscuit
Get
while
on
he
your
does
computer. No.
yeah,
Get
I will.
on your computer and vote for me. I need to become the sexiest man in the world.
Where does it
www.
Yeah.
No, http.
Girl Guide Biscuits.
/www.bestonthebox.co.nz. You don't need to vote in any other categories. Just tick me for sexiest man and then scroll all the way. You don't even have to enter your proper phone number. Just mash in some numbers to make the phone number. Invent your own email address and just write at gmail.com.
Yeah.
Just vote as many times as you can. I need this so bad, you guys. Imagine if I bet TK. It'd be amazing. You guys don't even care just eating Girl Guide biscuits.
I voted for you
Get on
today.
there. No, voting for me today is not enough. Vote for me again.
You asked us
please.
to give you time to talk about it. We've given you time to talk
There's
about it.
one-
And we're having
Are
a
you
cup of
telling
tea.
us to spam the TV guide?
There's one thing in my
We're having a
life that
cup
I
of tea and a
want.
biscuit while you talk about how you want to be the sexiest man in New Zealand.
Then my favourite I've just been voting for myself like 300 times, just ticking my own name and then just scrolling down to the bottom.
Sharyn, do you think as a man you can be sexy and desperate at the same time?
I don't think so. I don't think so, but that's more.
don't
But people,
torment me.
when they're voting for him, they'll look at him and see sexy because you can't smell desperation through his computer.
TK?
I watched Shorten Street last night, and you know what TK didn't tell me to do?
No!
Vote for him.
No, do you know what? Actually, this made me laugh because the voting for sexiest man on the box ends at midnight tonight, right?
Yeah.
Last night on Shorten Street writers are obviously like, we've got to get TK this award, otherwise he'll have a diva tantrum again. And so
He'll Hulk
they
out.
put a scene in Shorten Street last night where TK is in his lounge and Harper walks in, he's topless, pumping weights.
Amazing.
Like literally pumping weights in the lounge. And I was like, this is such a desperate attempt to get him to win sexiest man. They're
He's
panicking.
so cocky. He said in a newspaper that he's going to invite me to his victory party. And boy, oh boy, do I want to crash that victory party with a tiny little TV Guide award that says, you are a sexy sex man, guy.
Oh, would that be your
It's
runner-up
going to be
award?
amazing. No, it's going to be my first... please vote for me, guys.
In reality,
it's all I want in the world.
You do actually have quite a bit of support, and this is the last day for you to vote for Guy. What was the address again?
www.bestonthebox.co.nz.
Thank you. Feel better?
I feel so relieved, guys.
All right.
Cool,
Thank
now
you.
have a biscuit
Please.
and shut up.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the bloody edge.
Yesterday on the show, we hit our mate Shazdog up about being not such a good wingman.
You guys are just being real harsh on me because I really try my best. I want everyone
Yeah.
to find love in a hopeless place.
You've got a good attitude, so I'll give you an A for attitude, but a C for everything else.
And whoa, I wingmaned amazingly on the weekend. It only took me about 4 hours of chanting pash, 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 but they ended up going home together.
Who?
I'm not going to name and shame.
Oh, the other couple. Yeah, but nothing happened there.
Yeah, they did.
Like,
They-
I feel like you might have matched up a dud match.
No,
when they got
they-
home, they're like, the only reason we're here is to stop Sharyn yelling at us.
No, they went home together. They had a great time.
The guy who you
I
really
think.
screwed it up with, Jeremy, the guy that we talked about yesterday.
My BFF.
Yeah, we've actually got him on the phone.
Oh, no.
Jeremy, are you there, mate?
Yeah, sure am.
G'day. So for those who don't know, Jeremy is our mate who we met in Christchurch the other week when we were down there doing the Flat 40. We saw him again on the weekend. He came out on the town with us that night. And Shazdog, old Shazdog from Shazdog's Love Shack, tried to set you up with some girls. Is that right, Jeremy?
That's dead right, mate.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being god-awful and 10 being she was successful, how would you rate her wingmanning skills?
Oh, we'd almost have to give her the 1, but I'll be lenient this time because I'm in a good mood and say 2.
So
Jeremy?
talk us through her technique.
So we scoped out the bar a wee bit and had a look around, and Shaz goes, I've got it, and grabs me by the wrist and we take off. And I'm going, whoa, I thought we were just going to this was going to be a progressive thing, but now we were charged straight on into this group, and there was this one girl in this group with about 4 other guys. And I'm going, oh, this is an interesting selection. The ratio's not quite that good here. So anyway, I was thinking, I'll get some conversation going with this girl and let Shaz be nearby just in case things start going awry. But no, Shaz charges on in and starts having a yarn to this girl, and I'm left to talk to the guys. Not really ideal when you're out there with that intention.
Trying to steal their woman.
So I thought I'll just listen in to see what sort of chat she's giving in, and I wasn't the only one listening in, and we hear. So he's all right, eh? You should go home with him. And, that's very abrupt.
Yeah.
But as it turns out, the girl was married, and her husband had been listening in at the time.
Well, she wasn't done.
So the selection's going all wrong right now for me, and it's not quite working out. And this to me isn't how wingmanning goes. And
long story short, Jezza,
Saved it.
After Shazdog's wingmanning skills, did you end up in bed at home alone or with someone else?
No, but now you can.
I ended up at home in bed alone, which isn't successful wingmanning.
That's all we needed to hear. Thanks, man.
Damn you.
It's all good. Cheers, guys.
So that was a fail on your part. You've had fails before.
Hey, how was I supposed to know she was married? She was dancing up in the club like it ain't no thing, dropping it low for everyone that looked.
She was the only girl in a whole group of dudes.
The way it looked like to me, she was looking for the one that was the most keen.
So we wanted to know this afternoon what it actually takes to be a good wingman. What do you think it takes? Are you a good wingman?
Yeah. Well, my problem with my wingmen is they're often better looking than me, so they really kind of overshadow the subject of the relationship. So in future, if my wingman could be uglier than me, that would be ideal.
We wanted to hear from you this afternoon. What does it take to be a good wingman? Maybe you are one, maybe you have one. Just good wingmanning tips for Shazzo, because she loves hooking people up. She's just not so good at it.
I just want everyone to be in love and be happy, and if you're not going to fall in love, at least have a happy evening together. I would like to defend my wingmanning skills right now, because I've got a woman on the phone right now that is keen for a bit of Jeremy. Erin, I'm good, right?
You're so good, and I'm definitely keen for a bit of Jeremy.
I'm telling you, he's a good-looking man, great personality, and you guys are both living in Christchurch. Should totally hook you guys up.
Meant to be quality wingmanning skills, Sharyn. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
You've never met this guy, though. Why are you so keen?
I don't know, he just sounds hot.
I don't know if
and he spins a good yarn, that's always good.
Okay.
Well, there we go. Boom. Love connection.
Okay, now we'll give you this one. It was delayed, though. At the time, it was horribly awkward, but we'll give you this one.
I came through in the end. I always do. Erin, I'm going to grab your number. I'll pass it on, babes.
Nice, thanks.
So maybe your wingwomaning skills require the power of the radio.
Hey.
Maybe you need to wingwoman him out to over 400,000 listeners, and that's when you'll get some strike rates.
Oh, shut up. All right, I'll take some tips then. Cara, what's your wingmanning tips?
I lay down the best groundwork. I've got the best yarn, and for my friend, she's real shy, but luckily we look real similar, so I lay down the yarn, do my best brown girl grinding, and then once they're interested and they're hooked, I walk off and she takes over.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? I actually know a set of twins that do that, and it's quite common. People do it all the time.
What?
Yeah, well, they're not. The only thing they're missing out on is the yarn,
So you grind on them?
No.
To warm them up?
Yes, you said that you do. You said you do brown girl grinding on them.
Yeah, brown girl grinding.
Oh, Cara.
It's a pretty good plan. Do you have to go out wearing the same thing, though? Like when you go to town, do you have to match up your outfits?
No, we just stand next to each other, and I'll spin all the yarns, and she'll stand there and look pretty, and then like when push comes to shove, I'll be like, oh, sorry, got a boyfriend, or I've got to go, and she'll just jump on in there and be like, hi.
Oh.
See, that's where I went wrong, is I should have done my dance moves. No one can say no one can say no to me when I drop it low.
You could grind on the woman and warm them up for the man.
Jeremy.
I'd so find out if they were into him or not. Stacey.
You'd find out if they were a lesbian or not.
Oh, they might turn. I don't know if you've seen me dance. No? Okay. Stacey, what are your tips?
Well, there are two things that, in my experience, I've always been a sober driver. So one is make sure that you know what your friends like.
Right, that's definitely where I'm going wrong. Carry on.
And the second one, from my experience, is you have, obviously they've been drinking, their judgment has been impaired, but you have to have, me and my girls have this signal where, I kind of say to them, no, get the hell out of the way, go away, leave them alone. But you have to be the friend that kind of gets them someone nice, but if they're really, dead ugly or just not who they would be with, make sure you get them out of the situation.
So you've got to have a safety, get out of jail card up your sleeve kind of thing. Okay.
Hand signals, get out.
Yeah.
Okay,
that's good.
Writing that down. Sober drive, hand signals. I can definitely do hand signals.
You're going to be driving home sober and hand signalling in your car out the window.
That's exactly what I could do.
Last one.
Maria, now you are actually a really, really good wing woman. Tell us about your experience.
Well, I think I'm pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
What I do at the start of the night, if I'm going out with a bunch of guys, then I get them to give me their criteria.
Okay.
So
you take orders.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Some of them are just has to be female. And then other ones that, go into a bit more detail, blonde, brunette, big, small, what do you like?
Yeah.
And then you just go out at the night, and then what I do is just start talking to girls, and then one of them starts slowly, one of the guys just comes over, and I'm like, oh, this is my friend, blah, blah, blah.
It's kind of like that episode of How I Met Your Mother when Barney's trying to wingman Ted and he's like, have you met Ted? And that's how you introduce him and then you walk off.
Really?
I've been trying to do that. It doesn't really work for me.
Maria, I like the research you put into it. All I need to know right now is, what is your success rate?
0.
What do you mean?
I'm not the problem, that's the thing.
Right.
The guys, they just don't have what it takes to close the deal.
What does it take to close?
I have no idea.
No one knows.
I'll tell you. A big credit card limit, some good chat, and a nice face.
I don't think you're actually that good a wing woman, but thank you anyway, Maria.
Maybe I'll open with that.
Some tips in there for Shaz Dog, but not too many, to be honest with you.
The only one I can do is hand signals.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint on the edge.
Today I was walking through the office at pace. I was in a hurry. I had a mission.
It's not a very long office, so walking through pace would take about 3 seconds.
She had people to avoid.
That awkward silence.
No, I was walking through the office at pace and I got stopped as Kerry from our promotional department yelled out to me, Sharyn, what are you giving up for Lent? And I stopped and I said, I'm giving up caring about Lent. Because I'm not religious. I haven't been baptised, anything like that. But good on you if you are. I'm not against any of that sort of stuff. But
I'm baptised, confirmed, everything but getting my penis chopped off. I've pretty much done it.
But I thought that
that's Jewish. You're talking about Christian.
Yeah, no, I haven't done Jewish one. Obviously, I've done the Christian ones though.
I thought that it was a joke, but actually, the promo department are all, even though most of them aren't Christian, are all getting amongst Lent, which is starting tomorrow. And I've got Kerry in, who is the one that hollered at me.
Yeah,
Kerry, explain to people what's.
I've been declared as the office Crizzo because I was Christian for about 8 months in high school.
And was it good 8 months?
Yeah, it was sort of a youth church, so it was quite fun.
A lot of unleavened bread, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of hot young Christian boys.
She didn't know what you meant when you said unleavened bread. She didn't understand it at all.
No.
She just goes, yeah. Hot Christian boys.
So, Kerry, for those who don't know, tell us what Lent is briefly.
So, Lent is the fasting period up until Easter. So, when Jesus went on the cross. So, you're supposed to give up something for Lent.
That's not it. Did you think Lent was the bit where Jesus got ripped to go on the cross?
No, it's in lead up to that because you're fasting.
Wait. Are you telling me if I do Lent, I'm going to have abs like Jesus? Because if so, I'm in.
Well, why don't you could give up, fatty food?
Careful, because if there's one people who like to get very angry, it's the Christian community.
Okay.
Good. Give us a call and tell us about Lent, because we don't know anything about it.
So for 40 days, you've decided to give something up, kind of like the 40-day famine.
Yeah. So
what are you going to give up?
Yeah.
So I'm actually diagnosed celiac, so I can't eat gluten, but I have a really
should have told us about that.
horrible habit of actually eating gluten. So
and you've got a really horrible habit of telling everyone how gluten-free you are, too.
Everyone just...
You do. I'm so gluten-free as I eat this loaf of non-gluten-free bread.
Well, it's because people always offer me gluten-filled food.
What is bad about being not having gluten? What's the side effects of eating gluten?
Don't ask.
Yeah, you might need a really good rug doctor.
Actually,
no,
Carrie.
Okay, I'm sorry I asked.
That's if it's really bad, but your stomach lining falls apart.
Anyway, getting back to what we're talking about.
So you're giving up gluten?
Well, I haven't decided, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
That's the pussiest thing you can do. I remember when I was at school, I used to say, I'm going to stop being... I was at a Catholic primary school. I used to say, I'm stop being mean to my sister every year, and just did nothing. It wasn't even stop being mean to her, really. It was the most cop-out thing. I want to think of, proper things we could do for Lent, proper things that would actually mean something.
Well, not just for Lent, what would be the hardest thing for you to ever give up?
Do you know what I'd like to give up, but it would be really hard for me to do?
What?
I'd like to give up my iPhone. I'd like to get off my stupid iPhone and stop being on Facebook and stuff all the time and just go back to a phone that could just make phone calls.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
That's a really good one. So you're still you could still use the phone to communicate, but you wouldn't be social media.
For emergencies and texts, but I wouldn't be checking Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and...
People would get so angry, though, because you take so long to reply to their emails.
Okay, what's something that for you would be really hard to give up?
The hardest thing ever. Jodie, what would be the hardest thing in the world for you to give up?
Mine would have to be V.
Oh, energy drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And then they've brought out that new flavour. I was on the download, no more, done. And then a new flavour, I'm like, sucked right back in.
My only question for you,
hard.
Jodie, what is your opinion on V milk?
V milk? Are we talking about the V iced coffee?
Yes.
I like it, but only because in my head, the first time I tried it, I figured it was going to curdle.
Yeah, I thought so too, yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like, oh my god, fizzy milk, gross. But it's not. It's actually really, really good. And so for me, that was like, I'll have that for breakfast, then it's not weird.
That's a good point.
Jodie, are you a paid sponsor of V?
Do you work for Frucor?
No, I don't. I work for Lotto.
All right, hey, thanks, Jodie.
Thanks for your call, Jodie. Kelly, what would be the hardest thing for you to give up?
Kelsey.
Oh.
No, Kelly.
Hardest thing for me to give up will be sex.
Kelsey.
I knew that there would be one of you on the phone.
Great delivery as well. He nailed that.
Kelsey, is that because you're such a sex machine?
Could say something like that.
Hey, Kelsey, can you just say down the phone, my name is Kelsey and I'm a hit with the ladies?
My name is Kelsey and... no, I can't say that.
Thanks for your call, babe. Good luck with that. Maybe just open with the fact that you said you're a sex machine. That might help you not get it for 40 days. Brent, what would it be for you?
Clint knows all about it. My car.
Oh. Yeah. Well, trust me, mate. It can be done, but it is not fun.
Tell you what, Brent, I could help you out with that if you like.
We could give away your car, Brent. We need another car to give away.
Brent, car.
Well, I'm currently driving my work vehicle, so no.
No. So you're not going to do it, but that would be the hardest thing for you to give up, your car.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks for your call, man.
Damn. And Richard, this is probably one a lot of people could relate to. What would be the hardest thing in the world for you to give up?
This is not related to Lent, but I deleted the Facebook app off my iPhone on Saturday morning.
Oh, okay.
Facebook.
So you are 3 days in counting.
Yeah. Almost 4 days in.
With no relapsing.
No relapse.
Wow. And how's that going for you?
Bloody hard.
Yeah.
Your iPhone battery lasts longer than what you think.
A lot longer, yeah.
But just call people instead.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate talking on the phone.
Yeah, he's inspirational though.
Yeah, good on you, Richard.
I want out of the whole Facebook thing, so I'm just stuck in the system.
Why don't you just delete your Facebook then?
I can't.
Well, just delete it off your phone.
Not really.
The text machine is blowing up.
Of course it is. It's always blowing up.
I'm glad I got to see it today. And someone texted, and this would be huge for me as well, the internet for 40 days.
Yeah, that would be
break
hard.
my back. I pretend it's for work, but most of the time I'm on the internet, I am not working at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Guy, Sharyn and Clint. On the edge.
If you were listening a few weeks ago, you've been following the show. My car was given away to a listener by Guy and Sharyn, and mainly Chang, actually, who I still feel like rigged the question a little bit.
It was very rigged by Chang, let's be honest.
We were giving my car away to challenge the Paul Henry show because he had a brand new Kia to give away, so we were a new show as well. And we're like, well, if that's what you need to be for a show to be successful, we need a car too. So
Paul Henry's a real duck about it. I accidentally ran into him on John and Ben the other day, and he's quite angry about it and still threatening a lawsuit.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was being serious.
It's kind of hard to tell with that guy, but yeah, he refuses to learn my name or who I am. He just really angrily brought it up out of nowhere.
Wow. How did he bring it up? What did he say?
He just said, honestly, he honestly said, you've got to stop doing my segment.
Well, it's okay, we've stopped because the car's gone. So.
And it just got boring.
Well,
no jokes. I just wanted to put a burn back to keep our beef going.
I was going to say, why are you burning the feature that you came up with to give away my car?
I'm just burning Paul Henry, mainly because I worked for him for a year and he still doesn't remember who I am.
He doesn't remember anyone's name.
This may have backfired on you guys a little bit here, though.
Why?
Well, because you're like, let's give away Clint's car. My car sucked, by the way. That's why we were able to give it away. It wasn't
you did complain about it a lot.
Well, it was a bad car. It was falling apart, but it was my car, and it was probably worth $1,000 total. But it was my $1,000 car, and Rhonda the Honda no longer belongs to me.
Yeah, it belongs to Erica, who rightfully and truthfully won it.
Because we said the word Rhonda the Honda, and namely the word Honda, so many times on the radio, it got picked up by Honda New Zealand.
Wow.
Shut up.
Honda New Zealand got in touch with Honda North Shore in Auckland on Wairau Road. Shout out to Honda North Shore.
Holla.
Who got in touch with me.
No.
And have since given me a brand new Honda Accord to drive.
Wow.
This is a backfire. It was so fun watching you catch the bus and stuff to work.
So I've gone from a 1996 Honda Accord, which was ripped from me, to a brand new Honda. I don't get to keep it, but I've got it for quite a while, actually. A brand new Honda Accord.
What colour is it?
It's gunmetal grey, and it is beautiful. When I sit in it, it knows that my iPhone's there, and it says, "Hello, Clint's iPhone. Do you want to play some of your music?" And I'm like, "Yes, I do, please, car. Play my music."
Is that also the one with the fancy seatbelt? And if you fall asleep when you're driving, it starts jerking and like waking you up?
The car will wake you up. The car can drive itself, by the way. It can see the lines on the road. It can steer itself.
Oh, this is... Damn it. I should have given away my car.
I actually want to give away my car now as well.
That sucks.
Well, you can't.
Well, I'm glad that you've got a way to get to work, because at least it'll cut down the whinging.
That's karma, man. I'm glad things turned out well for you in your life.
It's karma.
No.
Because it's a car.
No.
And it's karma.
Please move on. Say the next song.
Through this feature, I've gone from Rhonda the Honda to La Shonda, the new Honda. That's her name, and I'm in love with her.
La Fonda.
Guy, Sharyn, and Clint on the edge.
Thank you, everybody. That is the end of the podcast. However, if you were waiting around after
I've teased my fact.
Yeah, Guy's fact. You ready to do the fact?
Do people have like favourite band names? My favourite band name of all time is Yola Tango.
Yola Tango.
Yola Tango, or YLT, which is quite a New Jersey like kind of alt band that like critics and people who are into cool music like.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan, but I did read. I do enjoy what I've heard. I was reading an interesting fact on the old interwebs. How they came up with the name Yola Tango is that it was a New York Met fielder from the baseball team.
Yeah.
He had a Venezuelan right fielder who didn't understand him when he goes, "I've got it," calling for the catch.
Yeah.
So he learnt Yola Tango, which is, I guess, whatever they speak in Venezuela. Spanish? It's Spanish for "I've got it," or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a cool name.
Yeah, so he would yell out, Yola Tango, and they had a high ball come out into the outfield, and he was yelling out, Yola Tango, Yola Tango. Unfortunately, the Venezuelan guy pulled away, but another player from the other side of the field smoked him and smashed him over because he didn't turn up to the meeting where they said, we're going to call it Yola Tango from now on for the Venezuelan dude. He thought he was saying Yellow Tango the whole time. So that is how the band Yola Tango came up with their name. I thought it was interesting. Sharon's looking at me like I just told the coolest story of all time. Was that a cool story, Sharyn?
Clint?
I thought that was very interesting. Was that? Did I tell the worst story of all time?
Were the band in the team?
No, not at all. They were just named after that story.
And what song did they sing?
What song does Yola Tango sing?
Yeah.
They sing tons of songs.
Sing one.
I can't sing one right now.
Because you don't know one of these songs.
Because my voice is terrible.
I think we need to rethink this feature.
It's not a feature, it's just a cool story.
See you later, guys.
The Guy, Sharyn and Clint podcast.